nothing, thugs, reprobates, wee shits and little bastards. We've been called it all and worse. We're the youth of today, the Gen Z and alphas of the social media age. Just like those before us, we have needs, wants, hopes and dreams. We have feelings too. We are not invisible or transparent. We have a voice and shall not be silenced. We have made this film along with the staff of the DARE programme to shed light on what life is like for us growing up, going to school, having friends, taking risks and more.
In an effort to keep young people's anonymity, for some of the questions posed throughout this short film, audio recordings were used and then transcribed. Other young people then read their answers to camera. This protects them from embarrassment or persecution. Presented within this short film are real, honest opinions and experiences, some of which viewers may find triggering. This short hopes to give an insight into some of the challenges, stresses, and choices young people face when growing up. The views and opinions expressed herein are those of the people expressing them and do not represent the views and opinions of Alternatives or Bangor Yes.
I never really felt supported by the teachers in my old school, which is why I moved schools. It's better now.
No pastoral care didn't work in my old school because they would just tell the other teachers if you were ever to open up to them. Like if you went to them and had a problem, you would find it out very quickly that the other teachers knew, as it would get spread around as they like to gossip.
School is stressful and a lot of pressure coming from the teachers and parents, especially around the one-hand. An email would get sent out to your parents as well if you ever said anything during school you were struggling with.
Something I have realised now is that peer pressure is far more prevalent and covert than I had once thought. We were taught that it would only happen in some scenarios, such as continuously being offered, goaded or encouraged to take, drink or do something. But peer pressure occurred much more widely than this. It was so hard to relent against peer pressure because it often made you feel like an outcast. If there is ever a time or place where you do not want to be the black sheep, it is in high school. So I succumbed to the pressure. I changed small things to fit in. I began rolling up my skirt, wearing heavier makeup, putting less effort into schoolwork, flirting with boys or seeking out relationships, and giving in to the request of sending nude images even though I had so terribly wished not to send them. It was such a scary thought to be outcasted and unwanted, to be perceived as unattractive or boring. In secondary school, it felt like image was life or death. I have since realised that my comfort, self-worth and sense of security in my own being far outweighed the ideas that others may or may not have had of me.
Give us your opinion of school and what's it like?
It's shit.
Okay. Why?
Because it's just like the teachers say that they care about you, but they make think they don't.
Okay. Can you give an example of what you mean by that?
Like, if someone was giving you a hard time and then like it was really affecting your mental health and you went to like a teacher that you think would do something about it, and then they won't?
It's fun. I get along with loads of people. Not every person in the whole school. It's not like I have every friend that I want. And I've got friends, but there's people I want to be friends with, but I can't because they don't like me and we don't really get along. But like, I'm friends with a big friend group and we really get along. Sometimes we get into arguments over petty things and then we get over it immediately. The teachers are really nice to me. Like, some of them are strict, but like I get over it, just get on with the works. Like, there's no point in having a fit over some teacher.
For me, I don't really like myself.
You don't? Well,
Just because like most of my friends in the academy, like the only like real friend I have in there is Sophie, and she's in year below. But I have like my friends in the class, like they're not even from back there. There should be like a few of us, it's just like not really the environment I'm getting played and all this.
One,
okay, why?
because like just teachers and people.
Doing good in school but making friends. So if I'm doing good in school, I can get a good job, even though the job I want to have isn't school related, because I want to be a golfer when I'm older, which I'm close to doing that. But also making friends, so when I'm older I'm not like lonely and all, so like I'm not just sitting there in my house with no one.
It's getting better. The start of the year, I really did not like it. It's girls in my class. I would like last year I had to be off at least 3 times a week just because I didn't want to go on, because everyone because I used to have a hard time making friends last year, but now I am starting to get to where like I can stand up for myself and I put my opinion, so I'm not really like, oh, if I do this they're not going to like this, but no, I'm like, you know what, I want to do this at lunch. If you don't like it, don't come with me. So I've been getting back to that, but like, because this term last year probably would have been in like 10 times, and this term this year been in nearly every day except for I was in late today. Your friends that you have now, like 3-4 years time, they're probably not going to be your friends anymore. So like, I would probably say like what I would love to have done is like choose me before others, because I mean I had a hard time doing that. But like now that I've gotten back into like shape, I'm like, you know what, then last year I don't even need them this year. I'm getting like full marks on my tests and all, where last year I would be getting like 2% because I've been hanging about with them instead of revising.
Oh, you just started first year?
Mm-hmm.
And how is that going from kind of quite a small, did you go to Kukuli?
Yeah.
Going from a small school to a big school, so what's school life like for you?
It's alright, like it's just like going to classes and that, it's fine. It's just the people that used to be in like an older group than me, they sometimes pick on me.
Okay.
But it's like went down a bit now, because like they don't really see me as much anymore.
And is that in the school?
Yeah.
And have you told anybody?
Yeah, I think someone spoke to them.
Okay. And do you think they were doing it just to try and be cool?
Well, they're like young people do, they're only doing it in little groups. When they're by yourself, you don't really do anything.
Is there a lot of fighting one another in school?
Yeah, there was quite a bit today. And considering I've got like 6 videos of my phone, boys were going in the form and throwing each other to the floor and tackling each other while everyone was just sitting around videoing them.
In my school, not generally,
What
but
school do you do?
because it's like so strict and all, and because I go to my church and stuff. Like in year 8 and year 9 there was a couple of fights, but like wasn't many. But in academy and stuff, like there's fights through all the years, you know.
Because they're all angry.
So everybody in the world's angry, or maybe? Why do you think then that young people were out fighting though? If, you know, are they egged on, or what do you think?
That they're angry.
That they're angry? Is there a healthier way they could do that?
Yeah.
Like what?
Go to boxing.
Okay.
I've actually been with one.
Okay. What was that about?
It was just someone and my friend. And my friend, the other person was doing something my friend didn't like. So then he was being inappropriate around him. So then I ripped him off him. And then I told him to actually stop and wind your neck in. And then, yeah.
So you were sticking up for your friend?
Yeah.
What is home life like for you? Where I have a bond with my family, we might have ups and downs, but I still love that.
It's alright, we all like have the same humor and stuff, like we do get along. Sometimes they are just be bickered, but it's good.
Not too bad, like.
Do you have any other siblings?
Yeah, 2. Yes, I have 2 sisters, 3 brothers.
What are your relationships like with them?
I live with 1, the other 4 I talk to.
Well, with Casey, my stepsister, yeah, we argue, but like we're near enough the same age, so obviously there's going to be fights. But like we do get along, and then with mine and a brother Leo, who lives with my dad, we get along well. Yeah, he knows me sometimes, but we get along well.
My big brother and we used to fight quite a lot because of our age gap. We're more mature now, and like he would be one of my good best friends.
It's really bad for your self-esteem. I didn't do anything with anyone else for about 6 months after I lost my virginity because I just felt like I'm never doing that again because I don't want to feel like that again.
I didn't want to, but I had to cut my dad out of my life. He's a very heavy drug user and he chose drugs over his kids. Although I didn't like the things he did, I wanted to have a relationship with him, but I have had to completely get over the fact that I can't have a relationship with him, so I had to cut him out of my life. I feel like girls are more attached in relationships than boys are. I think it's more of an attraction at this age rather than love. I don't think any relationship I know would be actually in love with each other.
You go on TikTok and people are posting heads where toxic relationships are being romanticized. So I think it has been normalized for us. Like in this generation, it's cool to be toxic. It's kind of hard to find someone everyone is still quite judgy about it. And they will joke about it, but it's actually serious. It is more open now, and I feel like people aren't as afraid to come out and express their sexuality these days. But it's still looked down upon. I think families expect a lot because you're older, but you're not an adult yet, so don't really know what you're doing. They are supposed to guide you, but they just expect of you. And if you do a little thing wrong, they just tell you to grow up.
Kissing and hugging, yes, everything sexual is in them. For me, a romantic relationship involves kissing, holding hands, hugging, nothing too complex like sex or anything.
Even before sex ed classes had begun, there was an air of pressure surrounding relationships. Points of controversy crept up early with topics of first kisses and eventually the loss of virginity. Your ranking on the social ladder will greatly depend on your ability to get laid and on how many of your peers would want you. If you weren't one to go drink, party and have regrettable sex in the outdoors, well, you were a prude and surely no fun. Most of my romantic or sexual encounters began online with people I have never met before. I have the good or bad fortune of growing up on the internet, easily accessible and unfiltered. It was a scary time to explore my own identity and what I want and expect from a relationship. What was most frightening is how easily trust was gained and how easily everything shared in private became public. I saw many young girls bullied once their private information, stories or nude photos leaked.
Thought it was really you'd ask something like,
Cool at all. How to let this come to people, yeah.
and they'll come here.
I'll get my try to do it.
You could have edited it. You'd just rather be asked by them.
Yeah. I'd probably wait till they're by themselves because
if they're in like a large group, then that like the group will sort of talk for them.
So you need to do face to face.
Yeah. From now?
Share a message.
Yeah.
Easiest way.
I wouldn't ask, I'd wait for them to ask me.
Just go for them and be calm and just ask them out. Face to face.
I just like get to know them pretty well. It takes a month to know them and then like find out like about the other friends and I'd like me to speak about me. And if they do it and I would like spring the festival then.
Would you rather ask it or would you have them ask you?
Oh, for me. I don't know what text them.
Over message?
Yeah. Well, there's no point in just hiding it because you just go up and tell them because they're either going to reject you or they're obviously going to write you back. But if they don't like you, it's not going to stick with you for the rest of your life. So it's just getting the confidence to do it.
If you were to get into a relationship, what would you expect?
Anyone who can sing Baby, just no long hair.
Is that Justin Bieber? So if it were Justin Bieber, it'd be yes. You would ask them if it was Justin Bieber?
Yeah. Someone that would treat me right. And then like trustworthy, loyal and respectful for years.
For me, anything else? No. Does it have to be like you?
No.
Does it have to like football?
Yeah. Love.
So what attracts you to a person? Personality, top food?
No, I like the person. Like, if their personality matches mine, then they're really good together. But if they're really annoying, then no.
Kind. Respectful and loyal. Will you be funny? If you're not funny, then you're...
That's a no-go.
Yeah, you're weird. You need personality, being trustworthy, and a wee bit of looks.
Do you ever feel lonely?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Yes.
Sometimes.
No. Sometimes.
While I might not really have any proper connection to this community, I never feel like I have no one to go to.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yes. Have you had concerns about your mental health in the past?
Yes.
Not really.
Not really.
Yes.
I have absolutely. I've had a few episodes of extreme episodes that I don't want to talk about, but yes, I have been concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
No.
Have you ever felt lonely?
Yeah. But anytime I've felt lonely,
I've always had people there to support me whenever I need the support. Yeah. I think especially when you're growing up as a teenager, like, you know, there's a lot of fallouts and stuff, and you can feel like really lonely, especially if you have like a fallout with like one of your friends and stuff, and it's just like awkward, or just feeling lonely in general. Yes. Well, I used to feel more lonely than I do now because I learned how to cope with it. Like, I learned how to cope with being by myself, and I found the right friends that I'll never feel lonely with, and I think I did feel lonely with the wrong type of friends, but now it's just better.
Have you ever had concerns about your mental health?
Yes. So I feel like during GCSEs was like the worst for my mental health because I just didn't really care about anything, and I was just like, you know, just live your life, like, and I just had the idea that like I was just gonna kill myself like soon enough, but I wasn't suicidal, but I thought like I just was gonna kill myself, so I didn't really care about anything. But it's way better now because I changed schools, which is it's healthier for me to change schools, and the people I'm around now are better. They influence me to be better.
I've never had any serious concerns, but like I have on occasions wondered like, why am I like this? But I've never had anything serious.
Yeah, but not like serious concerns. Like obviously I've had like periods where I feel down and stuff, but I've never felt like, I don't know, but I feel like it's very common in my, what do you call it? It's very common for like people my age to have mental health. Like everyone I kind of know has had some type of mental health issue.
Would you say you're easily influenced by social media like Bitsy?
Yes. Why? Because I'm seeing lots of gym TikToks on my For You page, and now I'm starting to go to the gym, starting to get built.
Well, why do you do that?
Because I feel like the more I've seen it, the more I want to like try focus and be like that, because the amount of like progress I can see from one person to them in a couple of months, I'd like to see the progress on me.
What do you see as the biggest challenge for young people?
Well, there's lots, and some of them maybe homework, parents, brothers, sisters, and then just maybe teachers telling them they can't do it, or friends and stuff like that. And maybe they're just starting to not want to live anymore, and then they also like feel and they try their hardest, but they just keep on getting let down by friends, family, you know.
Would you have engaged in risk-taking behaviours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably when I was way younger though. Like it's more common when you're 13, 14. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. So I didn't really start doing anything until I was just before I turned 15, because before that, like I didn't have friends who did that type of stuff. So, and I was kind of scared about it because, you know, I went to like a good school, and I was just like, I wasn't really brought into that, you know. It started whenever I was like 15. I started going around drinking with my friends. I just wanted to be, because I'd never done it before, I just wanted to be like more cool like that. I just wanted like people to see me as more fun, because people didn't really see me as that room before. So I did that. I actually really enjoyed it at first. I'd say it's probably more going to each other's houses, but if they were to meet up somewhere, it'd probably be like a park, or like I don't think it would be up on the streets.
I think most of the people that I know, it would be like going to people's houses and like going to parties and stuff. But like whenever like it hits summer, long changes, and I feel like everyone's just out in Bakers, like at the beach, or like I feel like in the summer everyone's just out, whereas in kind of now, winter time, it's just going to people's houses, having parties and that sort of stuff. Well, at first it was going to the beach, because in the summer, like the beach is just a really good vibe. There's loads of people, like everyone goes there, so you could just meet anyone or become friends with them. Like you didn't really need to like one or two friends to go with, and you could just socialise with everyone. But nowadays it's more like at our age, it's more house parties, and I think that's better because it's less dangerous. And sometimes with parents too, there's supervision, and it's just more comfortable.
There's a few girls I know that drugs and alcohol are really bad, but they use it as an escape for their problems.
When I was in second year, one of my best friends was a year above me, and her and her friend would go out drinking and stuff. And you know, she would like exclude me because they were older, but I wasn't yet. So then she was like, if you're going to come out with us, you might as well drink. That's how they kind of bring you into that situation.
I remember I got chased by the police one time through Castle Park because I was with two girls who were in care and they weren't supposed to be out, and their social workers had called the police. I didn't know what was going on, but I just went with it. As they said, if I got caught with them, I would be in serious trouble.
I feel like there's a lot of judgment behind peer pressure. People judge you on how you act, and if you're not coming out on the weekend and drinking with them, they say you're gay, like why are you not drinking, or just name call you.
If it was someone I didn't know and they offered me a drink of theirs, I wouldn't. But if I knew them and trusted them, then that would be fine.
I did in the past. It was a distraction from stuff going on my life at the time. I saw it because all my friends are doing it. I still do it. It helps me with my stress.
When I'm getting a vape, I go for the highest one. It's like 20 milligrams of nicotine for the rush, and I think it's normalized. I even think some parents would agree that vaping is better than smoking actual cigarettes, but in reality it's not, but I think parents would rather you vape than smoke.
I wish I never started. The amount of money I spend on vapes is crazy. My parents found out recently. They said they can't stop me from doing it.
I smoked weed. I think there's so many different forms of it now. There's edibles, THC and oils. And it's more like acceptable. A lot of people are doing it now. It's either smoking or teaching it in a different form because it's seen as the drug that's not bad for you.
Well, one time my friend had a vape and he said take it also I saw him up it and then just put it back out. I can't remember that's vape, he doesn't know, but I let the flavour of it and put it up on Snapchat.
I tried weed out of curiosity, but others could be peer pressured into it if their friends are doing it.
So I was out with my friends. I was really drunk and I didn't feel safe walking home with my two friends. They were both boys and one of them has a reputation for taking advantages of girls without their consent. Didn't know what to do in the situation, and I think alcohol added to my fear. Felt most unsafe when the other one left and it was just me and him talking alone. I'm a child again when I'm the age to be it. My mates hit in second and third year date all the time vaping work outside the school gates.
Would rather spend money on getting vapes instead of getting blocked on one night. Most people would go bed before you ask them to get vapes, but would he get alcohol?
It would be healthy if people talked about their problems, but some people wouldn't know where to start, so they just numb the pain or whatever by drinking.
definitely say they're big in my area. Like you would see the occasional like threat on the wall or something like that, but like it's not really big here, I don't think anyway. I think maybe like in other states it could be like there could be more, or it could just be more known about and it's just not as known about here. But like in my opinion, I don't think it's quite big.
I think it depends because the paramilitaries can like put people out for drug dealing, I think, but they can also like run drug dealing. I don't really know, but I think they can put the wrong people out, which is good. Like they can get rid of like dangerous people, but they can also like cause danger as well. So like I think they're good and bad in different situations.
Not like directly where I live, but in Bangor, yeah. I think that there's loads of things that go on that we all don't know about, and I'd say it's worse in Belfast, obviously.
I think the police can be good sometimes, but the other times they can't be in control, but the paramilitaries just want to be in control all the time. I don't like being involved. Paramilitaries, I just like to be by myself and not get involved with that stuff and just work stuff out myself.
If someone wants to do something illegal to me, I would probably go to the police, but I wouldn't really bring it to any paramilitaries and talk about it to them, because I just feel like it's unfair for them to be punished in that sort of way. I don't really agree with the way they punish people. We never talk about paramilitaries or crime in school, generally thing, never something we ever talk about.
I feel safe in my own home, but not on my night time in the town.
I don't really like can gangs because they just cause trouble on the streets, and the police can't really do anything about it. Gangs would just make it like cause more trouble on the streets if they'd be fine and chill.
What's your opinion of the police?
I quite like the place, like, cause it's safe. Like we've got to know the place quite well, and I quite like them. They're good at what they do, and like, whenever they're like calling white, we talk to them. I think that's a good way for everyone to kind of get to slow down, feel more comfortable with them. I feel quite comfortable with them. They're not like bad, but I don't really like them.
Okay, why don't you really like them?
Because like if you're drinking, we like take a drink off them.
Well, I think the police are good with like doing stuff, but on the road out, like they are kind of boring.
I think that they obviously like have a lot of jobs at once, but I think they could focus on things that actually matter more.
I live in Cookilly and I feel especially safe when I'm at home, and unless I get involved with someone at school.
I think that the paramilitaries are a bad influence to children, and that's why they're getting raised like around the community, like fighting and selling drugs and taking drugs.
There's this guy and he was a community like officer around Cookilly, and he changed my perspective on the police, because he was like my thought in the police were that they were all like really angry all the time and just blame people for crime, but like then whenever I met that other police officer, he was like really caring and all about our situations and what was going on.
If something was bothering me, I would go to a family member or a youth worker.
I believe that some people turn to paramilitaries because they feel unsafe because of some cases that they go to police and they say that about this stuff, and then there's lack of evidence, and then they turn to paramilitaries because they feel safer with them, because they'll actually do something, unlike the police, because there's a lack of evidence.
I don't feel safe in Cookilly because people do drugs a lot and it's not really nice.
An incident happened outside my back that left me
and like scared to go out sometimes, and then like felt like Kakuli isn't a safe place because of like stuff I've heard as well about Kakuli. But like, if I could say, like, I haven't seen any crime myself.
I've lived here my whole life. I feel safe and I've never seen any violence. Last year, my old friend group some of them weren't allowed into my estate because their parents thought it was dangerous and they would get hurt by coming into our estate. And they used to get tracked on their phone by like Life 360 or something, so their parents would know where they are, and they had to leave after like 10 minutes so their parents knew that they weren't going to get hurt.
And how did that make you feel like about living in Kilkenny?
It made me feel quite embarrassed because it made me feel like I lived in a bad place, but I've lived here my whole life, so I knew it's not a bad place to live, because like there's so many kids everywhere, and there's 2 parks and everything, so it's pretty much based for kids. So it just kind of annoyed me and made me feel really embarrassed about where I lived.
What do you want to be when you grow up, and why?
A hairdresser, because I'm always stuck doing people's hair and I should at least get money for it.
I want to work in hospitality because I love food.
Just a footballer? Any plan B?
Car mechanic. I think I want to be like, maybe like a basketballer or a footballer.
Maybe any got a backup plan? So like if you didn't make it in football or basketball, anything else you want to do?
Probably plumbing. I don't really know, to be honest. I haven't thought about it that much.
Not sure yet. That's good. Keep your options open.
I want to be a detective. I don't really have a reason why, it just interests me.
Yeah. Have you got anything else, like a plan B? Detective doesn't work out?
No, not really.
That's what you're gunning for?
Yeah. I want to be a surgeon because it makes a lot of money.
Any others? If surgeon doesn't work out?
I don't know, something in medicine.
Yeah.
I want to be a photographer whenever I grow up because I've just always found like something really fun within it.
What type of photography would you want to do? Like weddings or anything like that?
Well, I'm interested in just landscape or like animal photography.
Be able to sell them?
Yeah.
A solicitor, because I really like law.
Okay. Any others if solicitor doesn't work out?
Crime investigator, because I really like crime and that's why.
So something to do with law?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like joining the army or maybe be a professional musician, because I mean I like serving my country and I like music as well.
I want to be in I want to be a primary school or a nursery assistant, a classroom assistant, because yeah, I don't have a reason. I just want
Just want to work with young people?
Yeah. If that doesn't go, then I'll go into like a nursing home with old people and help them out.
Just want to help people?
I want to be a fashion designer because I love colourful clothing.
What other personal goals do you have for the future?
I don't know. A house.
Say in 5 years' time, what do you want to be? Are we married? Have children?
No.
Any relationship?
No.
At least finish this year's school.
Good. What about in 5 years?
I want to be bald.
Any reason?
I don't know. I want to do something different with my hair because it's normally all these crazy colours. So I might go bald and donate all my hair, or go blonde.
Move out when I'm 18. And when I move out, I mean own a house and have enough money to buy that.
A house? Have children?
I want to have a farm, and I also want to have a zoo. I just want to have a load of animals.
Just have loads of options?
Huh?
Just have loads of options?
Well, to be fair, if my job goes wrong, I could just be a farmer, so it's fine.
Good idea. Good idea.
I want pets. I want dogs.
Married?
Specifically. No.
House?
Uh-huh.
Children?
Maybe one.
See how it goes.
I don't really have many goals for the future. It's just like I want to just get a good job and be able to have money to work with.
Live comfortably.
Yeah. Next year I want to do well with GCSEs when I'm older, like I'm an adult and have a family.
Family, house, married.
Yeah.
Get married, and maybe as well as join the army.
Have a wife, have a house. I want to be married, and I want 5 kids.
5 kids?
Yeah.
Relationship?
Healthy relationship.
Healthy relationship. Any others? Do you want your own car?
Yeah.
Your own house? Moved out now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for nothing, thugs, reprobates, little shits, but they can't fuck it all worse.
Could you leave me alone?
Yeah.
Try vapes. Here we hear it. And who's the best girl binder? Sire Piper all the way.
It is pretty great. So you can either look at it or look over at me, whatever.
Jolly, jolly, jolly. What's your name?
Josh.
And who's the fittest girl in Bangor?
Billie Holiday!
What's your name? And who's the fittest girl in Bangor? Josh Morse. What's your name? Alexandra. And who's the fittest girl in Bangor? Chicken.
Smile.
No.
Do I start?
Yep.